So, season one of the Santa Claus is here on Disney Plus. Just wrapped up today. I watched the last episode. Apparently, they're going to be doing a season two. Don't know what to do with that, but let's talk about season one. Because I gotta say, this was very well done. I had a good time with it. I wasn't totally sure what to expect. Seeing the first trailer, hearing the idea of it, it's like, what can they do? But they ended up coming up with a pretty good story. So basically, Santa here, Scott Calvin, he's retiring, wants to spend more time with his new family that he has. So he has to find a replacement Santa. Eventually ends up finding in a character played by Cal Penn, who I think gives a very strong, kind of likable performance, even with what happens with his character later. I'll get to it in a minute. He brings this charisma to the role that I really enjoyed. I think he does a good job, but he's like a single father who's kind of a tech kind of guy, maybe, I don't know, Elon Musk-esque, and he ends up taking the role as the new Santa, and the power quickly ends up going to his head, ends up negatively affecting his relationship with his daughter, doesn't get to spend time with her, ends up totally changing Christmas into making this like huge, like corporate business kind of type thing and taking away all the heart, the spirit, the positive qualities. And this show does a lot of really interesting stuff with this concept. Interesting, seeing Scott going kind of back to Earth and spend time with his new family and seeing them trying to adjust to life, living in the regular human world. It's interesting seeing what it's like, for a new Santa who does it a totally different way take over, and they have to go and they have to try to stop him and rescue Christmas. Um, I like, by the way, that Cal Penn, his character, he that even after going through his kind of evil arc, was able to get redeemed. Because I don't think he was really a bad guy. I think he just kind of got the power went into his head a little, and he lost sight of what was important. But he's a good father, and I think he was ultimately a pretty good person. And I think the idea of to have him redeemed was a good choice, while still kind of, I guess, still keeping the status quo in a sense, because they're going to do another season, like I said, and Scott is back as Santa, and he found a way to be able to just kind of spend more time with his family and still be Santa just by, well, on Christmas in particular, he just took them with him, and they got to do the Santa thing with him. So it kind of got the best of both worlds. It had a nice, satisfying ending. I like the new additions of what they did with kind of the lore and adding all this new kind of backstory that wasn't there. I guess I won't give it all away. It was interesting. In a sense, you could call it retconning kind of the previous films, but in a way that I think was still kind of logical, consistent, and makes sense with everything, and I think kind of improved on it. Got rid of some of the previous kind of plot holes and things about the original films that were a little off, and was able to kind of just make it a little more interesting and meaningful in a way that I really liked and appreciated. So yeah, go check it out on Disney Plus.